2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne. So, guys, we have to talk about this Unk. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. All right? We got Shannon Sharpe, who ended up settling with the OnlyFans smut, Gabbi Zuniga. So we got Shannon Sharpe settling the lawsuit for a alleged $15 million. It originally was a $50 million suit. Shannon Sharpe settled for 15. The lawyer, attorney Tony Busby, gets 10%. So he walks with 1.5 million. Shannon Sharpe parts ways with 15 million, and Gabbi Zuniga, Gabbi, I have chills. Gabbi, I have chills. Zuniga retires from OnlyFans after she receives 13.5 million after all the legal fees are paid in this settlement. Allegedly, the number is alleged. But you understand the numbers. You understand the figures. Gabbi gets, 90% of the settlement. Tony Busby gets the remainder. Okay, so he's going to walk with 1.5 million. And that's where we're at with it. So let's get into this story right here. Unk is really tripping, bruh. And people are bringing up the fact that Shannon Sharpe, he didn't want to pay for his daughter's wedding or something, or he paid only $30,000 for his daughter's wedding and ends up paying this OnlyFans slut $15 million. So they're coming at him hard on Twitter. But with this settlement, he was able to put this thing behind him. But on this channel, we're going to talk about where Shannon Sharpe went wrong, okay? We're going to talk about exactly what he did that really cooked him in this scenario. So that's where we're most interested in, because it's going to be a learning experience for other young men. And that's what we do here. We are teaching on this channel. We are, playing defense against these modern women. We are making sure that we don't end up being in the same situation that Shannon Sharpe is in. Oh, yo. We ain't trying to end up in Shannon Sharpe's situation, okay? So we got former NFL star Shannon Sharpe has reached a settlement with the anonymous woman who filed a lawsuit against the famed tight end, accusing him of multiple instances of assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery, according to a statement from the accuser's attorney on Friday. Now, we did have that hearing previously that I reported on one of my other lives. We did have a hearing where Gabbi and the opposing counsel did not show up to the initial hearing or arraignment. And we were thinking that, Shannon Sharpe, he got this in the bag. But what we found out was Shannon Sharpe's, the defendant's legal team had already negotiated behind the scenes with the plaintiff in Gabbi. I have chills. Zuniga. I love doing that. That's just hilarious. But we have the plaintiff here who, you know, pretty much said, you know, they negotiated with the defense, and the defense was like, hey, you know, we're negotiating with the plaintiffs here, and they want to reschedule the initial arraignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to both agree that we're going to reschedule the arraignment, but official documents were not filed to do so. And then also, Shannon Sharpe's legal team tried to play a little switcheroo. Okay, Shannon Sharpe's legal team tried to play a little switcheroo. And the legal team that defended Shannon Sharpe is also the legal team that is his registered agent. And I believe his home in Nevada is actually in his law firm's name and not his name, from my understanding, looking at the county records. So he has a lot of faith in his legal team. He pretty much lets them run everything. I don't know if they're family or they're, you know, people who worked with him in the NFL, but he's got a lot of faith in his legal team. I think ultimately they failed him on this one. I really do. I really do. I think they failed him on this settlement. But we ended up settling, and Shannon Sharpe's legal team tried to play a little switcheroo with the dates, and the judge didn't like that. He was pretty upset, but he allowed a rescheduling. And in the news media, it made it seem like they were close to a default judgment. And a default judgment is when the accuser doesn't show up to any of the court dates, and then the judge says, hey, this case is dismissed. The accuser's not even showing up. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. So, I mean, there's just so many things that came out with the Shannon Sharpe situation, and to sway public opinion against Shannon Sharpe. We had the recording, big black guy choke small white woman. We had that recording that we can run back through again. We had text messages. Unfortunately, Shannon Sharpe was texting back and forth, and almost it seemed like he almost admitted guilt in some of the text message threads, saying Gabbi, when Gabbi confronted him about, you know, when she confronted him about fucking her in the ass, you know, quite frankly, I mean, he did anally, he sodomized her, and he didn't put the condom on. So she asked him to put the condom on, and she asked him not to fuck her in the ass. He didn't comply with either. And then that's where she got him. And right after she left his spot, she's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with what just happened. I told you not to put a condom on. I told you not to nut in me, and I told you not to put it in my ass, and you still did all three. So Shannon Sharpe was caught up in the text message because he was like, oh shit. Like he was like texting back, oh shit, call me. You know what I'm saying? Blowing up her phone and all this kind of stuff. So it very much, and I guarantee she was screenshotting that moment. It very much seemed like their final encounter was a setup, because, you know, what happened was he got caught up with Michelle. Okay, come on, yeah, Michelle. So if y'all don't remember the video with Michelle and Shannon Sharpe, come on, yeah, Michelle. Come on, Michelle. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Come on, yeah. Okay. So let's see the IG live video. So we got it's a 41-second clip where Shannon Sharpe accidentally was filming on Instagram Live, and he made one of his hoes upset. That's what happened. One of his hoes got bent. One of his hoes got tight, because she believed that she was the only one. She believed that she was the only one, and she wasn't. And he was telling her that she was the only one in order to continue to have raw intercourse with her. So let's listen up.
Oh, yeah. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle. Michelle, what's your last name?
This is somebody doing a parody. That's hilarious. Well, actually, we'll entertain it. We'll entertain it.
Johnson? That's my Michelle Johnson. Oh, yeah.
What the hell? So somebody spoofed it. That was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. So let's go to this one. Hopefully this is the right one.
Shannon. Oh, yeah, Michelle. There you go, Michelle.
Here we go.
Shannon. Oh, yeah, Michelle. There you go, Michelle. There you go, baby.
So people were saying that he put this out to prove that he wasn't gay, but this actually backfired on him. And what happened was it ended up proving to Gabbi, I have chills, Zuniga, that he was in fact actually fucking with another bitch. She also wanted to have his baby. He didn't want to do that, but he wasn't upfront with her and say, hey, stop all with this baby talk, bitch. I ain't finna have a baby with you. And that's why he liked putting it in the ass, because he knew that she wanted to have a kid. So he put it in her ass because she can't have babies out the ass. And that was his demise. So former NFL star Shannon Sharpe has reached a settlement with the anonymous woman who filed, she's not so anonymous, but who filed a lawsuit against the famed tight end, accusing him of multiple instances of assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. According to a statement from the accuser's attorney on Friday, both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. Attorney Tony Busby said, after protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. A spokesperson for Shannon Sharpe confirmed the details of Busby's statement and said that the three-time Super Bowl winner would not be commenting further on the matter. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. The lawsuit originally sought compensatory and punitive damages of more than $50 million. Sharpe's legal representatives previously described the lawsuit filed in April as an attempt to shake down the popular podcaster for millions of dollars, and said he categorically denies all allegations of coercion and misconduct. Sharpe has also disputed the claims. To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart, Shannon Sharpe said in a video released on X in April. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. In the suit filed in Las Vegas District Court, Jane Doe accused former NFL All-Pro of manipulating and controlling the plaintiff. During a nearly 2-year period that started in 2023 as a consensual relationship, when the woman was 20 years old, the civil complaint alleged Sharpe, 56, violently sexually assaulted and anally raped the plaintiff in October 2024 and again in January of this year in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. The suit stated after many months of manipulating and controlling the plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff, despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. When asked if Jane Doe had contacted police during or after the alleged assaults, Busby said he could not comment. Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, said the woman is attempting to blackmail his client and that the pair's relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. The Pro Football Hall of Famer was inducted as part of the class of 2011. He was drafted by the Denver Broncos in 1990 and retired following the 2003 season as the NFL's all-time leader in catches, yards, and touchdowns by a tight end. Sharpe won 2 Super Bowls with the Denver Broncos. Okay, we don't really need to know about that. Okay, so in the wake of the lawsuit, Sharpe announced he would temporarily take time away from his role on ESPN, where he is one of the faces of the morning sports debate show First Take. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason, Sharpe said at the time. Following Sharpe's announcement, ESPN said in a statement, "This is a serious situation, and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away." So he's now going through a legal battle with ESPN over his firing. And ESPN, Disney is really trying to push him out. They want him to resign so they don't have to pay him what they're contractually obligated to pay him. They want him to resign, and he's not going for it. So he doesn't want to resign. He don't want to go nowhere. And Disney is trying to push him out. Now, we know with corporate America, they usually get their way. And a lot of stories in the meantime, in between time, started surfacing. So we have an accuser. We have an accuser, a previous accuser, Shannon Sharpe's ex-girlfriend, who came out and broke her silence on Shannon Sharpe. And I think this was a deliberate attempt to continue to muddy his name and make this lawsuit more difficult. And I think this was her opportunity and chance to really put this out there on Front Street. And this woman is named Michelle Evans. And she shared a graphic sexual assault allegation against Shannon Sharpe. But here's the thing, I think this one was settled, if I'm not mistaken, or she dropped the accusations or something like that. I don't remember it. I'm not taking it as if it's super true. I think there's a grain of truth in everything. But here we go. Shannon Sharpe might be in a pretty difficult situation as he deals with a $50 million lawsuit after being accused of sexual assault. Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up on the screen for you guys. Okay. But his fans have stood by him while the NFL legend has been dealing with a $50 million lawsuit. A woman named Michelle Evans claims to be his ex-girlfriend and has shared disturbing stories about their breakup and how Shannon Sharpe reportedly assaulted her. But Shannon Sharpe's fans have a different point of view on the whole thing. So here's her accusation.
We met
against Shannon Sharpe. So we'll listen up.
We met in actually the press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And we dated until the 2010 incident. And then it came to abrupt end because I wanted, we were arguing and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but I didn't see him again after he me. So I had said no. And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so
I said no, even though I was thinking that. And see, this is the trouble that we get into as men. Modern women are retroactively withdrawing consent at an alarming rate. She said, I was thinking no. No, I said no. I was thinking no. No, I said no. Bitch, which one is it? Did you think it or did you say it? Because those are two different things. But at the end of the day, modern women are retroactively withdrawing consent. Withdrawing consent 20 years later. Withdrawing consent 15 years later. Withdrawing consent 10 years later. She's talking about this now in ripe old 2025 when y'all relationship ended in 2010.
It was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard.
So she didn't even want to continue to speak on it, talking about this is too hard. Yeah, I'm not buying it. So she shared the story with the Sun, where she revealed that she had been dating Sharpe from 2002 to 2010. So we went through all that. And it's just like people were piling up on Shannon Sharpe. But now he has finally concluded this lawsuit, got it closed out. He paid Gabriella Zuniga her bag, and now she is retiring from OnlyFans. So she actually put out a statement, an official statement, and she's claiming she's a lady boss. This is, I mean, these hoes literally fuck into stardom. They fuck their way into stardom, and now they're claiming they're bosses. So here's Gabriella Zuniga. In her bio, you can see she's claiming to be a lady boss. And you see she was doing the OF thing. She didn't have this many followers before the Shannon Sharpe incident. And it says the most powerful move you can make is to get on your knees and let God handle what's heavy. So she's posting that, she's posting that after a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Okay, she's posting that after a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And that is just, that's her playing the victim. Her playing the victim card when she just got paid for having a consensual relationship with Shannon. And then, as she claims, a non-consensual encounter on the last time that they met. So let's get into her retirement statement, which is just alarming, honestly. It really is. I mean, the fact that she said, "Oh yeah, I'm retiring," is hilarious, as if anybody cared. But she's definitely milking the situation with Shannon Sharpe. Here's her statement, official statement from Gabriella. I have chills. Zuniga. She goes, "Today I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever." So there you have it. She is pretty much retiring from OF with the help of Shannon Sharpe after accusing him of rape. And this is the modern woman playbook that everyone needs to be aware of. Okay? Everyone needs to be aware of. So I just want to pull up the lawsuit again. Because it's very important that we reference this lawsuit. And what we're going to do is, it's a 13-page complaint. And here we go. We're getting back into the lawsuit. We did read this before, but I do want to go over some hard-hitting points again. So here's the introduction. And here's a double speak of modern women and how they get you caught up. A woman can say yes to consensual sex relations with a man 99 times, but when she says no, even once, that no means no. Defendant Shannon Sharpe, a man who is accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling the plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. Defendant Shannon Sharpe is a 56-year-old former NFL superstar. He claims to be one of the most successful sports media personalities in the country. Plaintiff is a young woman in her early 20s. In 2003, plaintiff was working out at a gym in Los Angeles, California, when Shannon Sharpe approached her for the first time. Previously, Doe had noticed Sharpe watching her during her workouts. At this time, Doe was just 19 years old. At the time, she did not know who he was, only that he was another older man ogling her at the gym. Doe could tell Sharpe was much older than her. She found him physically intimidating. Eventually, he introduced himself. At his determined insistence, she gave him her number. Over the next couple of weeks, Sharpe incessantly pursued plaintiff. He constantly approached her at the gym. And we know this pursuit of women, you know, it's a very touchy thing because women say, apply pressure, but then they really only want the men, rich, successful, attractive men to, quote unquote, apply pressure. And she's painting this interaction with Shannon Sharpe as if she just totally wasn't interested. She thought he was ugly. She didn't want him talking to her, but he constantly approached her at the gym and attempted to contact her frequently with phone calls and text messages asking to meet up, unwilling to take no for an answer. Eventually, the plaintiff gave in and agreed to meet with Shannon Sharpe outside the gym. However, before doing so, Sharpe demanded that Doe sign a non-disclosure agreement or NDA, something plaintiff found a bit concerning. And this is his problem. He did not push the NDA and the consent form harder. She wondered why Sharpe was so insistent on her signing an NDA. She refused. Despite his repeated efforts to get her to sign, she refused time and time again. Eventually, he dropped the issue and invited her to his house. God damn it, Shannon. You should have hit me up, Shannon Sharpe. I've got NDAs. I've got consent forms. And I mean, come on, dude. I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, but it's not that deep, bro. There are so many different women out here for you to deal with. If she isn't going to sign the NDA, if she doesn't respect your celebrity, if she doesn't respect your notoriety, you have to bounce, bro. You have to say, oh, more fish in the sea. You have to have that abundance mindset as a wealthy, successful man. You can't be that thirsty, bro. What followed was the beginning of a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The relationship was very unequal. Sharpe is more than 30 years older, is considerably wealthier, is physically much larger, and exponentially stronger. Sharpe is famous and has power. Plaintiff and Sharpe saw each other on his terms and on his schedule as often as 4 times a week. Over time, plaintiff began to see Sharpe's true nature. She found him to be dishonest about his whereabouts. He would lie about seeing other women while insisting to her that she and he were exclusive. He often manipulated her, at times being sweet and loving to get what he wanted, and at other times being angry and aggressive to achieve his goals. She discovered over time that Sharpe was extremely emotional and possessed an uncontrollable temper. He displayed the characteristics of a true narcissist. He wielded his power, his influence, and his celebrity to control plaintiff and get exactly what he wanted whenever he wanted it, all the while jealously guarding what he considered his for himself. By October 2024, Sharpe's behavior had grown progressively worse, beyond anything plaintiff had experienced with him before. At this point, he was insistent upon recording their sexual activities, sometimes without her knowledge. Sharpe was also sharing the video with others without her. Ocho. That nigga was sending the video to Ocho. God damn it. He was also sharing the videos with others without her permission or knowledge. Sharpe would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. By this point, Sharpe was no longer able to credibly maintain that the relationship was exclusive. He had at this point accidentally or purposely to advance his career went live on Instagram while having sex with another woman. So she's even alleging Tony Busby and Gabbi, I have chills. Zuniga are even alleging that he dropped the Instagram audio on accident, on purpose, to advance his career and or prove that he was not a homosexual. Sharpe flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity to their relationship or called him out about his extraneous activities. What had once been manipulation, control, and intimidation now became something far more dangerous and sinister. Sharpe even figured out how to get into Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharpe made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment that Sharpe would get what he wanted when he wanted it. In October 2024, Shannon Sharpe violently sexually assaulted and anally raped plaintiff 2 different times in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. He did it again in January. So she's alleging that he raped her in October and in January when she came back. That right there, this right here is, I mean, I genuinely don't see how he couldn't have taken this lawsuit to task and beat her. I don't know why he even settled, honestly. I really don't. You know, even with the damning text messages, even with the apologetic text messages, all that kind of stuff. Dude, she's claiming that you raped her in October of 2024. Then she came back around to get raped again in January. I don't buy it for a second. Plaintiff left Nevada to temporarily escape. Defendant Shannon Sharpe. She now seeks justice through this action and other means. Plaintiff seeks compensatory and punitive damages in this matter in excess of $50 million. So she is a individual residing in Clark County, Nevada. Shannon Sharpe is also in Nevada. He may be served at his residence, and they put his address out there. We broke down, you know, his real estate and how he overpaid, and he's pretty much getting shafted in every type of legal interaction that he gets into. Okay, he really is. I mean, we broke down. Well, we can break it down again. But I mean, we got time. I mean, this deal that he was involved in is honestly egregious. Like, he overpaid immensely for his home in Nevada. So I'll show you guys his house really quickly. They did have some pictures, but I think they've taken them down. Let me see if I can find some interior pictures. But as you guys can see, here's his house. He paid $4.2 million. The house is really worth like $2 million, $2.5 million. 10,000 square feet, you know, all that stuff. But if you look at the comps in the neighborhood, it's not worth what they're asking, honestly. And then somebody also bought it for $2.4 million in 2002. His goofy ass turned around, bought it 2 years later for double the price. I mean, if that don't tell you something, come on. So here's a description. It's a show-stopping, fully furnished, rare opportunity in prestigious Section 10. 3/4 acre, it's not even an acre, cul-de-sac estate with meticulously landscaped, step through a striking pivot door into a breathtaking 20-foot foyer with magnificent double staircase, designer lighting, and large format Italian porcelain slab. Dual offices offer functionality and sophistication. French oak wide plank flooring throughout. Modern European style kitchen with oversized commercial grade appliances, butler's pantry, and expansive island. 2023 Atmos Theater with a 135-inch screen and the latest tech. Dual primary suites with direct outdoor access, wet bar, custom closets, soaking tubs, and flexible living spaces. dual laundry, all in-suite guest bedrooms. Attached is an 800 square foot apartment with private access, spacious gym and spa, featuring steam and sauna. Private backyard with a sparkling pool, spa, sport court, and dedicated full bath. Inviting lounge areas surrounded by mature canary palms and ambient lighting, finished RV garage, and whole home audio, video, and security. So, I mean, it looks like they put a lot into it, I will say, but I don't believe that this house is worth what he paid for it. I think at most you could probably say $3 million. He paid $4.8 million, or sorry, $4.2 million. So they did list it for sale in 2024 for 4.8, and then he negotiated it down 600,000, or his buyer's broker negotiated down 600,000, and then they probably thought, or Shannon Sharpe probably thought he was getting a deal, but he wasn't actually getting a deal here, and let me tell you why. The real estate agent already knew that this property was overpriced. He did the comps. Realtors do appraisals before they get into it. And the real estate agent gets at minimum 3%. So he made $128,000 off of this deal. So he was just trying to get as much as he could. So he pays almost $200,000 in realtor fees when he could have just made an offer on this house his damn self. I mean, it's wild. And you have the listing agent, Michael Moed, here. You have Harvey Blankfield, who is Shannon Sharpe's realtor. But let's see. Let's see if we can get an aerial view of this home. We spent a lot of time on this last time, so I don't want to spend too much time. But just to give you guys an idea, look at all these other homes. 1 million, 1 million, 2.2 million. And Shannon motherfucking Sharpe comes in and throws the whole market off and pays $4.2 million for this house. No other home in this area, 910,000, 975,000. You only got 3.3 million. No other home was sold for 4 million. And this house looks better than Shannon Sharpe's. Look at this pool. 3.3 million. It's smaller, 6,800 square feet. But come on now, dog. And this was 2023. He definitely overpaid. I'm sorry, but he overpaid, man. No other house in this area sold for 4 million. Not one. Not one. 1 million, 1 million, 1.4 million, 1.5, 1 million. You got this listing right here. Listed for 1 million. Yeah, it's 3,300 square feet, so that's a little on the smaller side. But still, I'm just not buying that it's worth the 4.2 million. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. So anyways, let's continue through the lawsuit. Let's just keep it moving. We don't want to muddy the waters with all this real estate talk. But just know that Shannon Sharpe overpaid. So boom. We got the factual allegations related to the claim. They got his pictures all up in the lawsuit. What I want to get to are the text messages. Let's see. And then Shannon Sharpe also said that he would buy her some fake boobs. All this other type of stuff. Let's see. The text messages are probably in a better format on Twitter. So let's see. Good thing I did not share. Good thing I did not share this this whole thing, because there were some images on Twitter that should not be shared. All right, so it said, this is from Gabbi to Shannon Sharpe. But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ass, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. She said, I don't know how to process this. He asked, can I call you later? So those are some of the text messages. And then here's some other text messages from her, which I don't know why he didn't try and take this to court. I mean, I guess it could be embarrassing. I want to be abused, Daddy. I want like some hardcore BDSM action, though. So as you can see, like, she already set up that the relationship was very like kinky. They were into consensual non-consent. So or non-consensual consent. But here is the famous audio recording of him saying he was going to choke the shit out of her. Here we go.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabbi. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
Ouch.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Anything I say, you're.
So he said, yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter. And I think that was playful banter. I really do. I really do. Let's go to the let's see. Let's go to the big black guys choke small white woman. Let's go to that audio. Let's see. All right, here we go.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabbi.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah.
So you can tell that like the choking thing was a theme. This is something that they probably agreed that she liked. But now she's setting them up for the okie doke, got recordings, got screenshots, and she made him to believe that they were in some type of kinky BDSM relationship while she collected evidence on him throughout that whole time.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy choke small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do with the shit you did to me.
Okay, well.
So there you have it. There goes the infamous big black guy choke small white woman. Man, I mean, he pretty much cooked himself with these recordings, but even then, I still think he should have fought the case. I think he could have won the case just by the fact that the woman says he consensually smashed, or he raped her in October, and then she came back in January. And then his defense could have said, hey, so if he raped you in October, why would you come back in January for seconds? And I mean, the story just doesn't make sense at all. So we got academics explaining why Shannon Sharpe settled. So let's get into it. Let's see.
It looks like Shannon doesn't want to. Sharpe has actually settled his lawsuit with his snow bunny. It looks like Shannon doesn't want to get into the weeds of this. Apparently, there were videos, and some of the videos contain graphic images and graphic scenes where, you know, he's supposedly like choking her out. He's doing all type of stuff that might be cosplaying as some type of racial fetish, but it was going to make him look guilty in the sense of a non-consensual sense. She sued for 50.
So obviously their relationship was consensual non-consent, or non-consensual consent, however the fuck you want to say it. But there were videos that they filmed together, and it made it like it was some race play, slave play. She was probably calling him the N-word. He was probably calling her massa, and it was embarrassing. And there were still images that would be embarrassing, you know, all types of, you know, things about your personal sex life that you wouldn't want out there. And it looks like she had the goods, and she was going to produce them, or he was going to be forced to produce them in Discovery. So that wouldn't have been good for his image.
He agreed to a settlement, and in the settlement, the lawyer is putting out that this was actually consensual. So essentially, she kind of walks back this idea that he raped her, but doesn't walk back the claims of abuse and what she might feel is like some type of manipulation. So she gets paid for that. If you're asking me if she was looking for 50 million, I have to believe this is a multi-million-dollar settlement, because she's probably realizing Shannon wants to get this behind him, that he could kind of rebuild the image to probably get a big deal like he was looking to get from ESPN. Remember, the deal was rumored to be over $100 million. So I could see him paying out $2-3 million, right? Not 50. I could see him paying out $2-3 million that he could get back to build this, you know, empire, or build this, like, you know, image, that he could get another deal. Will ESPN or anyone else give him a deal like this? I don't think for now, but you never know. Shannon is like a very clean-cut guy. He might be able to get a deal quite soon.
Damn. So there you have it. Shannon Sharpe pretty much signed his own, he signed his own death warrant in this lawsuit here. So, I mean, I hate it for him. Y'all know we on Unk's side. We know this bitch ain't shit and she lying and it's some bullshit. Yes, I believed he fucked her in the ass. No, I don't believe it wasn't consensual. I believe all of it was consensual. And now she just brought it up, you know, and trying to use this information to bring him down, to make him pay out, which he did. So it did work. But yeah, I mean, Shannon Sharpe he had to pay the piper, and that is extremely unfortunate. So let's see. What's another thing that I think that's pretty much it on that story. I'm probably going to go live on Black Gen Z later on if you guys want to go follow me over there. I'm just going to take a short break, and then I will go live on Black Gen Z, where we'll discuss, a different topic, crime in America, specifically in the community. But yeah, man, what do you guys think about this Shannon Sharpe settlement? Everybody turned their back on Shannon. Stephen A. turned his back on Shannon. We broke that down, in a previous video where Shannon or Stephen A pretty much talked against Shannon. It was lame. It was some lame nigga backbiting shit, in my opinion. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. See your relationship, of course, the email down below, the screenshot of your CashApp, so know you're paying on time, man. Y'all need to be on your market redeeming the BS. You already know. Reclaim Your Throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.